is doing for us. So collagen. Collagen is the most abundant structural protein in our bodies. Type 1 collagen specifically makes up roughly 90% of our collagen stores. There's also type 2, type 3, etc. But as young as 30 years old, your collagen essentially begins to naturally lessen in production, up to 1 to 2% a year. And if furthermore, if you have various daily habits such as overexposure to the sun, perhaps you smoke or anything like that, you actually can further decrease your collagen stores. What does this all mean? Essentially, you are losing the structural support beneath your skin that allows your skin to look plump and otherwise fine in terms of texture and topography. So furthermore, collagen actually binds to the water within your skin, so that loss of collagen means less binding of that water. It means also dry skin. So collagen is such an important part of our skin makeup. You can actually see on the left here, it's contained within what is known as the extracellular matrix. And this is something that we will go into next week for session 3. But all you really need to understand is these two infographics up here. Just simply as you age and as you lose those collagen fibrils that are supporting your skin within that extracellular matrix, there's essentially empty spaces for the top layers of your skin to be sagging down, which of course we do not want. So how to create a way to, a novel way to administer collagen to the skin and actually have it be effective? Well, to do that, we looked towards electrospinning. So electrospinning is really a fantastic process. It was created early in the 1900s and of course has been refined for modern day use. But it features this little infographic here. So you have a polymer solution. In this case, it's going to be our collagen, and it is held within a needle. That needle itself is held at a high voltage. So once the polymer solution begins to eject from the needle, it is ejected into just a space, empty space essentially. But between the high voltage needle, there is another ground or collection plate that is held at an opposite potential. So you have one charge here, one charge here. If you ever tried to hold magnets together, there's attraction, there's repulsion. So all of those good charges essentially are creating the nanofibers of collagen. And these nanofibers are what essentially establish the strength and usability of our mask. So the nanofibers created are roughly 500 times smaller than a human hair, roughly 40 times smaller in diameter to the human pore. So this greatly increases the ability of collagen to essentially absorb into the skin. Collagen is a very large molecule in its native form. So without some kind of hydrolyzation, which we have in the collagen ampule, or creation of nanofibers as we have here, it's very difficult for collagen to easily get into the skin if applied topically. So in this instance, we are creating these microscopic nanofibers, as you can see back here, in comparison to a human hair or even to a pollen particle. They are tiny. So this greatly helps the collagen absorb into the skin. So with our collagen is made up of 100% New Zealand collagen. There are no other filler ingredients within the formula, just all collagen. And this New Zealand collagen is actually sustainably sourced as decreed by the Marine Stewardship Council. It comes specifically from the hoki fish. And so we use 2 different types or forms of collagen of this New Zealand collagen. So about 20% of the mask is hydrolyzed collagen. So hydrolyzed collagen is known for its ability to moisturize the skin and really benefit the skin in that regard. But we also have what is known as T-Col. So T-Col is a proprietary ingredient that essentially allows the collagen, which already comes in an alpha helical shape, to at least maintain a chain shape. So just a singular chain of collagen or a singular chain of amino acids, so to speak, or peptides. This is what allows us to actually create the nanofibers. With the hydrolyzed collagen, it is too small of particles to actually create nanofibers, but the T-Col is what really is allowing us to electrospin the mask and to create a uniform white mask that can be applied to the skin. So with the 2 of them, we really get the accurate delivery of collagen to the skin. So with our all new Collagen 100 melting sheet, it's a pack of 5. Probably one of the greatest things about it, not only the fact that you get 100% collagen treatment for the skin, is that the sheet is ultra fine. And so while a little bit finicky to play with when you're actually trying to put it on, it's important that it is that thin because it allows for a seamless fit once you spray your booster or once you spray something to essentially allow it to absorb into your skin. And as I'm sure y'all know by now, it comes with 4 pieces per tiny pack within the box of 5. So it's gonna be your forehead, 2 cheek pieces, and then the neck. Or of course, if you prefer to apply it to your chin, you absolutely may. And so how do you use it, so to speak? There are 2 different kind of targeted benefits with this. You can either use it for long-term results by just using it once weekly. And so when I say long-term results, I don't mean that if you do follow the other methodology of application that you're not going to have, the results long-term either. But really, this is more explaining that the process itself is longer because you're only using it once a week. So it might take a little bit longer to see the results, but they'll still be there. So if you want to just, save your package and maybe just do a weekly night routine, then you can use it just once a week. But if you're having a special event come up or anything of that nature, we suggest using it daily before that event. We actually found profound results in just consistent use over 2 weeks. So in those 2 weeks, you might be seeing a little bit more plumping and a little bit more hydration for the skin. Now, how to use it. So first and most important, of course, cleanse your skin. But most important is the prep. So collagen, as I've mentioned at the beginning, loves hydration, loves moisture. It loves anything to adhere to. And if your skin is completely dry, it will not stick. So in this instance, we found the greatest benefit with utilizing the BH oil mist. It provides the perfect amount of dry, but not wet, kind of the in-between for you to be able to get the mask to adhere to your skin. I know people that love using the Calm and Balance gel instead to apply it to the skin. And I've had people ask, what do I do if I only follow the Radiant Sun routine? That's a great question. And of course, we suggest at least applying perhaps the toner first, but we are creating an answer to make sure that you can follow and utilize this collagen mask, even if you only honor the Radiant Sun routine. So that's to come soon. But once you somehow prepped your skin, had it just a little bit tacky, that's when you can apply the mask. The second important tip is to make sure your fingers themselves are dry. Once you start picking up the mask and whatnot, it actually can adhere to the white part of the mask or the collagen of the mask, which will just frustrate you. So make sure that your hands are dry and you'll be good to go with your application. But all you have to do is remove the plastic backing that comes on the sheets and place the pieces white side down onto your face, and then remove the beige or orange application sheet. And then for the melting magic, all you gotta do is a couple spritz of the booster. So I liberally spray the booster just to make sure I'm getting everything absorbed and it all just goes nicely into the skin. And then you follow with your serum, another spritz of booster if you're a Bousset fan, and you finish off with the active cream. So that is the basics of utilizing the melting mask. And so in terms of the benefits, so there are so many different benefits in regards to collagen itself. So 100% collagen supplementation is just really important for bringing some of that structural support back to your skin. Not only does the collagen essentially bring back some of that hydration or is able to bind hydration in your skin again, but you'll just get that more general youthful plump glow. Furthermore, what's really important about the mask is that it passed both eye and skin irritation testing. So no potential for irritation in either category, which to me, I think that's a total benefit. So this whole presentation actually is on the drive. So if you want to go to remon.com, scroll all the way down, click the drive, enter any kind of password, it doesn't matter, it'll get in, and then go to promotions, and then I believe it's monthly promotions. This will be there for you to be able to use and talk about our brand new Collagen 100 melting sheet. But that is all we had for today. So I appreciate all of y'all who stuck around for both the Giant Bianco and Jeju Energy Water and the collagen mask. I hope you're as excited as I am to try that one out, but I hope you learned something new today. I hope you're able to download that worksheet just to kind of keep these notes with you. And I will see you all next week for our discussion on the skin physiology and Remon. Thank you so much for joining. I'll talk to y'all later.